You are now tuned in to Melanin Confidential.
What is up, beautiful people? We are finally here.
Yes, we finally made it. Episode 0.
Episode 0. Yes. So we want to give you guys an introduction. We are Melanin Confidential. And just to let you guys know how we get down, we give you guys real perspectives in every shade.
You can take that to the bank, honey.
Yes. So yes, you guys, I have been long awaiting this moment. I'm sure we all have been.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, it's been a long journey, an exciting journey nonetheless.
But it's been a long, long time.
Ooh, Jesus.
But all good things take time, so it's all good.
Absolutely. So let's just go ahead and dive right on into how we officially got started. How long have we been working on the project?
Well, we had our first meeting, I want to say a year ago, but I know Shay and V kind of started talking about things a little earlier.
Yeah, I mean, we've been manifesting this experience probably towards the end of 2018. V and I met up at a, what was it, OOTD?
OOTD
blogger
Atlanta.
fashion event. And we were just like randomly talking about, what we wanted to manifest for 2019. And then, V started talking about how she wanted to do a podcast. And then I remember speaking with Chelsea, because to give a little background on that, how we all know each other. So I'm like the link, for the most part, even though there's like mutual friends involved. But I know V from high school. And then Chelsea and I went to college together. And then they had, KSU, shout out to our owls out there. And then they have a mutual, well, she's our mutual friend too, all of our friend pretty much. But that's how they're connected as well. So they've seen each other out and about. So kind of to circle back how we all manifested this. So Chelsea wanted to do a podcast as well. So I put my little thinking cap on. I said, I have two friends that want to do a podcast that I know they kind of know each other, but I think it would be dope if we actually did this journey together.
Yeah, absolutely. And here we are.
Yeah.
I guess the manifestation worked, sis.
It did.
Yes,
And
it
the
did.
first meetup was good. I think we were really trying to feel out. Obviously, we all kind of knew each other, but you got to have that chemistry too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We definitely wanted things to be organic. We didn't want anything to feel forced. So I think throughout our process as well, we wanted to make sure we were hanging out as genuine friends and getting to know each other a little bit more. And we have enjoyed that journey for sure.
Definitely. It's like a marriage,
Yeah.
We started dating. Well, we were talking. Then we were dating. Then you guys asked me to marry you. And then I said yes. And now we're married.
Yes, and life has been blissful ever since, you guys, let me tell you. But yeah, obviously it's a lot of great things that came with us doing this journey together, but there were also difficult aspects in terms of preparation.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's just shed some light on what we kind of dealt with real quick.
Yeah, so I mean, there's 3 of us. So with 3 of us, we have 3 different lives, 3 different schedules, and we all are, the work and stuff that we're putting out there. I think we're all kind of type A when it comes to our brand and wanting to make sure that we have, something great to offer you guys. So we got a little overwhelmed in the beginning. We were trying to do so many big projects at once, apart from just recording, trying to get a website together, social media, all of that. So it was just a lot at once. And we had to also learn to define our roles. I mean, Shay, what would you have to say about that?
I would think for me, probably the most difficult process was the idea behind what we wanted the brand to look like.
Okay.
I think more so we had all these great ideas, but how, like, everybody individually had a great idea, but how we can actually go about bringing those ideas and making it one collective idea. I think that might have been the most difficult part, just considering our backgrounds, because we all have our own individual brands. And so making sure that MC not only reflects us as individuals, but us as a collective.
Yes, absolutely. I definitely agree with both of the ladies on that. Yeah, so obviously that also brings us to another point, Chelsea.
Yeah, so we had to figure out a name, and we had a little naming process.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of had to come up with like 3 to 5 names, if I'm not mistaken.
That's trash.
Yeah, I'll V hit it out the park. Like,
Aw, thanks, guys.
you want to talk about your creative loafing process?
Oh, yes. Well, to Chelsea's point, we definitely all kind of took our time to create some ideas or thoughts about the overall name and brand. And we brought them together. We did narrow it down after we looked at everybody's list. And I think the ones we liked the best were Candid Conversations.
Yeah, I like
That
that
one was cute. It was.
Yeah, that one was a cute name. We also had Mind Over Chatter. That was pretty dope too. Not as cool as Candid Conversations, but it was
I
up
would
there.
say Candid Conversations was probably like number 2. But
Yeah,
then when I
definitely.
heard that Melanin Confidential, honey, I was like, you know
We
what?
all were
That's
like,
it.
that's it.
Yes.
Yes. We
And
Did God just put that on your mind like when you were asleep? You're like, God, put it in my brain, How did it work?
I just like how Chelsea was talking about earlier, how we really needed to establish what our brand was going to represent. And you spoke about that as well. I think that's what I was just kind of thinking of. I know for us personally that we are all brown girls. We are all in every shade, and we all have different perspectives of life. We all have different walks of life. And then obviously we want it to be a safe place and for people to be able to feel like we can hold their secrets or we can give them secrets.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
you put those two together and Melanin Confidential was like, yeah,
that
love
was
it.
it.
awesome. Yeah. So Shay, what would you have to say in terms of how we can segue into the next part?
So pretty much we have our name, as you guys know. You know about the process in which it took for us to get to this point, how we all know each other. The next thing essentially would be what our brand represents. And so when I think about Melanin Confidential and what our brand represents, I look at it as a movement. It's a community. We want it to be a part of the community. We want to provide a platform where all of our brothers and sisters out there can come and be praised and we uplift one another. But we'll also, have a little bit of fun doing that as well. But just a platform for us to be able to do that. What do you think, Chelsea? Like,
It represents different levels of beauty, intellect, and excellence. And obviously, we're going through different stages in our lives. So we bring that different perspectives. And like you said, it's a platform, not just podcasts, but we have so many other things that we're going to have going on that we're going to talk to you guys about in just a moment. But it's all about a lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. I think what comes to mind for me is empowerment for sure, Black excellence, owning who you are on all levels, all facets. We are very dynamic as a culture, and I feel like we definitely are going to be trying to touch on that as well. And then just open expression and overall confidence. Like I said earlier, it's definitely a safe place, and we want to be people you can relate to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I would say, even just going off of that, people who they feel like they can relate to, who is our podcast for? So I would say personally, I think our podcast is for everybody. You don't necessarily have to have melanin in your skin to listen to our podcast.
Very
we want to
true.
be able to provide a perspective that even if you don't have melanin in your skin, you can say, hey, like I learned something new about the culture per se. What would you guys say?
I mean, obviously, we're all 3 millennials. So I would have to say that our podcast, not to say if you're not in the millennial group that you can't listen to us, because we want everyone to listen. You can sit with us, and we're definitely inclusive to everyone. We'll probably be able to relate more to the millennials out there right now.
Yeah, definitely. I would say also for people who just want to be inspired as well, we'll definitely be touching on our own personal journeys, things that we've experienced in life, and ways that can be relatable to you guys. So that would be what I would think as well.
And what are some of the things as far as how would y'all describe us as a group in terms of our tone and our style? I think of we're just like a little TLC, crazy, sexy, cool.
I love that.
I'm left eye, y'all. But how would you guys describe our tone and our style?
Honestly, we're very genuine and authentic, and you know, when we get into a conversation, you can really tell because we just get into it and we keep talking. But like, we want you to walk away like, oh, I just had a good soul talk, like a good chat with my girlfriends.
Right.
And we want you to, you know, be talking to us too. If you're in the car or, you know, at home, whatever way you're listening, we're definitely not going to be talking at you. We're going to be talking with you.
Exactly. Definitely open dialogue. I know a lot of these other podcasts out here, because we definitely did our research, talk at people, and we do not want those vibes at all. We want you guys to feel comfortable enough to say, oh, well, these are some suggestions that we have for you guys, or these are some things that we want to hear you guys talk about. I think for me, in terms of tone and style, I also think about just being overall informative.
Yeah, for sure. We want you guys to feel uplifted. We want you guys to feel a sense of community. I use that word all the time because I think that that's something that's lost within our culture, just a sense of community. I think we're working to get better at that, and we hope with this podcast that we can contribute to that as a culture. And also too, like, I just want people to walk away feeling like, dang, I can't wait to listen to the next episode because these girls are funny as hell. Yeah. They're crazy as hell. They're spiritual, you know, everything. So that's what I'm hoping that you guys can take away from listening to our podcast. Y'all want to add anything else?
And just that we come off as relatable too. So, like I said, obviously we're 3 different people. So you can relate to one of us, if not all of us.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I think I touched on this before when we were chatting, but just overall us being able to share information in our community. I think sometimes we live in a society where we are afraid to share things because we feel like we don't have a seat at the table. Exactly. Or we don't feel like there'll be room for everybody. But you know, just because people are out here doing podcasts or doing business ventures or whatever it is that they want to do doesn't mean that you can't do the same thing.
You can.
So, and just bring a different twist and expectation to the mix. So, yeah, that's all I would say. I know we were also talking about what to anticipate a little bit earlier, but let's dive in a little deeper as far as upcoming show topics. What are some things that we're going to be talking about?
Well, of course, because we all come from different walks of life, we're going to be talking about spirituality, people. We are going to be talking about finances. We're going to be talking about traveling. We're going to be talking about anything that you talk about with your friends, amongst your friends, relationships. Let me add that in, relationships, because I know we have gotten several questions about that on the social media and in person. People are like, ooh, let me know when you talk about the relationships. That's the juicy one.
Yes.
So we definitely will be talking about that. But pretty much anything that you talk about with your friends, amongst your friends, loved ones, that's probably going to be talked about on this podcast. That's what I would say.
Absolutely.
What about you guys? What do you think to add to that?
Lifestyle, like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about everything. And like V was saying, if we're not the ones that are as knowledgeable on it, you know, we'll have some guest speakers as well too. So you won't just be hearing from the 3 of us. You'll be getting perspectives from men.
Right. That'll be
laughing
interesting.
because clearly we all can't wait for that one.
Honestly, I will say, just based off of the feedback that I've gotten where people are anticipating our podcast, the men have been supporting us out here heavy.
Really
I've had more men say like, oh, can I be a guest on the podcast? Like, they are ready.
Yes, and I love that because, again, we are for everybody, not just for ladies. So I would also say we'll be taking deep dives as well. So to our point earlier of just scratching the surface on some topics, we are definitely going to start off there. But if there's something that you want us to dive more into in the future, do not be shy. We might, you know, a specific topic might, you know, take us away. And we might end up talking about it a lot longer. Or you guys want us to expound on some ideas. So
for sure. And don't be afraid to reach out to us on social media if you want to be a part of contributing to the topics. We post things all the time. We want you to be interactive, and leave those reviews too. So that way we can know how you guys are feeling. If it's too long, too short, whatever the case may be, let us know.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear from you guys.
Absolutely. And what are some other things to look forward to outside of the guest and show topics, guys?
Yeah, so we'll be hosting events. That will be coming up. We'll make sure to keep you guys posted on that.
On the vision board for 2020.
Yes, for sure. Focus groups, just mix and mingle, networking, we'll have all that. So we're really looking forward to that. And I'm sure that you noticed on our page as well, too. One of our pictures or one or two of our pictures, we've had some merch out there.
Yes.
So we got some merchandise coming your way.
Yes. That's exciting.
Right now we only have swag for us, but we will make sure. Yes.
Yep.
But we'll make sure to let you guys know about that. I know that's one thing that I'm really excited about. I've been excited about that from the jump. I'm when we gonna have this merch out to the public? Because everybody needs a little Melanin Confidential in their lives.
Actual factual.
And I think when we get to that point, it'll be cool to incorporate our audience to see what kind of merch do you guys think we should put out there for you guys. Some people like dad hats, some people like jackets, so we'll get around to that. You guys can be a part of that, maybe.
Oh, yeah. That would actually be kind of a cool thing, Shay. And then community outreach as well.
So important.
Yes. So we want to give back to our community. We love it here. We love Atlanta. We grew up here. The city of Atlanta is important to us, and we want to make sure that y'all know that. So we definitely want to give back to the community when we can. So if you guys know of any outreach events and things of that nature you think we might be interested in, make sure you DM us as well.
It's always important to give back, and that goes back to Shay, your point, in this being a movement and a platform and just so much more than just a podcast. But now that you've learned about us as a group collectively, obviously you've heard 3 different voices. We've kind of spun it off throughout, but we want to let you guys know a little bit more about us individually. So Shay, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Of course. I will start off with me. Of course, my name is Shea Jo Vine. You can follow me on social media at Shea Jo Vine, and that is my personal social media. So a little bit about me. I have 5 siblings. I am the oldest girl. I was born and raised here in Atlanta. Well, let me not say that because people get real technical. I was born in Gwinnett, or raised in Gwinnett County, so I'm from the north. And a little bit about me is I love vintage fashion. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I am always posting about thrifting. I like to deem myself as like the thrift queen. Out of the 3 of us, I would say I'm the most ratchet, just a little bit. I'm a little bit more, I'm a social person, so I'm more outspoken in terms of love being around people, that type of thing. I am also, out of the 3 of us, I am newly single, don't got a ring. I don't know if I'm dating
single,
right
ready
now
to mingle.
Because, well, I don't know, it's a little ratchet out here, but we're going to talk about that during the relationship episode. Also I am part West African, so my dad is from Liberia, so shout out to all of my West Africans out there. Get your fufu and soup on. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. So what about you, V?
Well, it's V. I am known on Instagram at Frugal Fashion Collective, and I am just that. I am originally from the DMV area, so shout out to all the DC, Maryland, and Virginia peeps. I definitely love you guys. I've been here for a while though, so I'm definitely a Georgia peach at heart. I am in the marketing field. I have actually been married for about 6 months, so it's still pretty new. So I'm getting used to married life, and that's interesting and exciting, and I'm sure we'll expound on that in the future as well. I have 2 dogs. No kids. I consider myself very creative. I love creative visuals. So when you look on my page, you'll definitely see a lot of that, especially on my stories. I love photography. I kind of do that as a hobby. So some of the pictures you'll see, I take myself. So that's kind of a cool thing that I do. And I'm an overall sweetheart. I can be a bit reclusive. So I'm not as social as Shay over here, Miss Social Butterfly. But I do like to turn up, and I am a part of the social club when necessary. But I do like my alone time. I think the last thing is just I like to keep it real. I'm the friend that will hold you accountable for your actions, but I'll still help you lick your wounds. I'm just like a no tolerance, no BS type of person. I will definitely keep it real with you, but I am a nurturer at heart. So I am going to spin it off to Chelsea.
Yes, it's your girl Chelsea over here. You can follow me at Chels_Janae, _JENE. I absolutely love traveling internationally or state to state, but mainly internationally. I am quick to hop on a plane, as my close friends do know. So yeah, I really love traveling. I'm your budget-friendly travel queen. It gives me life. I love experiencing new places, the culture, the food, the people, everything about it. And then just overall, I'm a foodie. I love trying new places. But apart from me being a foodie and loving traveling, I love trying new experiences, like whitewater rafting, things like that. But I am overall a very spiritual person. My faith is so important to me. And I am recently engaged. Well, I guess I can't even say recently anymore. I've been engaged now for, I guess, going on close to 5 to 6 months. 3 months down into the wedding, so I'm super excited about that. Shout out to my boo, Derek. And then I'm kind of in between V and Shay. I'm an outgoing person. I'm a friendly person, love my friends and everything, but I'm also your introvert. I can go home and read a book and be fine. So that's just a little bit about me, and I'm excited to go along this journey with you guys.
Okay, perfect. So now that you know a little bit about us and our journey, we're just kind of going to wrap it up. We just want to give you a little taste of what you're going to expect on season 1 of Melanin Confidential, the podcast. But before we go, we definitely couldn't have made it to this point without a lot of background support from our friends and family. And so we want to take a minute to shout out a couple of people. So I'll go down the list, ladies. And if you feel like I forgot anybody, then, just let me know.
Okay.
So first and foremost, we would love to shout out V's friend and also producer to the show.
Oh, yeah. Steph C. Yes. Thank you so much. He was actually the person who helped us here with our intro and outro music. So it's pretty dope.
For sure, for sure. Also, one of Chelsea and I's coworker, Fran.
Yes, Fran. Definitely want to give a shout out to her. She has been so helpful as far as being a guide when it comes to the podcast. So thank you so much, Fran. We appreciate you.
Yes. And then as far as if you guys are wondering, like, who takes our pictures, how they look so fly, different things like that. Go ahead, V. Tell them who it is.
Well, that's my hub. Shout out to Steven, a.k.a. the Chief Technology Officer. Y'all, he named himself that. I did not do that. But anywho, so he takes our pictures like Shay was saying. He does a phenomenal job. He's extremely patient with us. So we appreciate you.
We sure definitely do. And last but not least, I would want to shout out a couple of people that helped along with the process. My sister, Bree, she's been very instrumental and just giving us ideas for our website and marketing ideas in general. And then also Lynn is one of my close friends, and she helped us out a little bit with the logo. So we definitely couldn't have made it this far and help cultivate our brand without these people. So if we missed anybody, we appreciate all of you guys, the friends, our family, our followers. Yes. All of you guys who have just, before we've even dropped the episode, have just been so excited about our brand. We truly appreciate the love and support.
Yes,
for sure.
So much, for sure.
It means a lot. So you can follow us on Melanin_Confidential. And you can also send us an email at melanin.confidential3@gmail.com. What else, ladies?
One more time for the individual platforms. Yeah. If you want to follow your girl, Shea Jo Vine.
Okay, follow.
You can follow me at Shea Jo Vine. You spell Jo Vine, Jovon, and Shay, Shay, because some people be trying to do it like the shea butter. No, it's just Shay.
Let them know, sis. Yes, worth a follow for sure. You can also follow your girl V at Frugal Fashion Collective. And like I said, I'm just that. If you want some thrifty finds, holla at your girl.
And you can follow me, Chelsea, at Chels_Janae.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 0. We appreciate the love and support. We cannot wait to see you in episode 1. And we are signing off.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.